Hey everybody, Rob Adams here with Thanksgiving's Heroes. I'm with Austin Cox. How you doing, Austin?
Good to see you, Rob.
Good to see you. So I wanted to talk to you briefly today about your experience last year. You organized a group. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So it was actually our 2 years running. 2 years ago, we came by, picked up a couple of meals.
That's right.
You guys gave us a list.
2 years, fast.
And we stayed in the inner cities, the west side. You guys gave us a couple of addresses, dropped those off. Had such a good experience that we wanted to do it again the next year.
I love that.
So the next year we picked up 100 meals.
100 meals?
Over 100 meals.
And where did those meals go?
So we contacted a larger family in rural Utah and asked if they could help identify some families. This was a part of the state where I don't think your organization had a tie yet, so we wanted to help and provide some communication and collaboration between this part of the state and your organization.
Wow.
And brought these meals to a large family in the county, and they distributed them all throughout the county.
One family delivered 100 meals?
Yep, they had about 20 people. They divided and conquered.
Wow.
We rented a U-Haul and we distributed them in large trucks and made a lot of people happy for Thanksgiving.
Amazing. So were you a part of the distribution down there?
Yeah, so I came to Spectrum and was in the long line. I was so shocked when I got there. It's cold, it's during COVID, it's right before Thanksgiving, and you guys had the blocks just filled, and people were happy to wait because you guys were doing such a good job, such meaningful work. Yeah. My job was to bring them from the Wasatch Front out to rural Utah, and it was meaningful for me to be able to do that as well.
I love that. So tell me about that. You pulling in the U-Haul or whatever, you rented a big pickup, and they filled you up. You went down there. What was your experience when you pulled in down there?
Yeah, I think we held the line up because we were waiting for the materials to come.
It was him. It
was all my fault. Nobody knew what was going on, but was able to bring them down to central Utah, and we had people waiting, and we were able to distribute them, and people went, and each person took, each car took about 10 meals, and
wow.
It took a couple of hours, but we got it done in no time, and everyone was happy at the end of it.
I love that. So I wasn't down there, I wasn't part of that. One of the things I love about doing it up here is just the sense of community, and there's just such a positive feeling when you're loading those meals in. Did you have that same experience down there?
Yeah, well, what's really amazing is that every community is a little bit different, but there are even people that are on these lists that you wouldn't even think need the help. And so to have an organization like this that's community by community, even though it's all across the state, I mean, there's people that you go to school with, there's people you go to work with, there's people that you live next to that you don't know are in need, and yet through this organization you're able to find out that even those that you think are all right still can use a helping hand once in a while.
Yeah, it's true. I've delivered meals into areas where I thought these guys should be delivering meals to me. Like, this is a beautiful neighborhood. And we go into the house, and the house is completely empty. Dad got cancer, and the fridge is empty. They've sold all the furniture. Like, you never know what's happening in these communities. And so I love that. Was there a time when you were delivering meals that was more significant than another, when you were delivering to a family that meant something to you and your family?
Not one specific one, but I will say it's always better when someone's there. You always hate to deliver it and just leave it there, because you always want to be a part of the reaction, and you want to see when they're not expecting it, they're not sure what it is, they're not aware that you guys are coming by, but it's always meaningful for those that are distributing and participating in that way to be a part of it, because it makes your Thanksgiving that much better, knowing that you're able to understand what the true meaning of the holiday really is.
Right. Gratitude and food. It's all it's about. I love that. Well, let me ask you, and this is the last thing, is there anything that about the experience that you want to share with us today that would be meaningful to someone thinking about maybe doing it, or thinking about serving one of these rural areas? Like, can you share something?
Yeah, just specifically to the rural, I mean, there's people you know or you don't know in your community that need help, but especially in the rural parts of the state, there's not an organization out there that can help these families, and there are a lot of families, especially in rural Utah, that need that help. So having your organization have that statewide mission and want to serve the entire state, all 29 counties, is really critical, because without you guys plugging that hole and filling that gap, there are a lot of families that would go hungry every year.
Well said. Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have an opportunity outside of the areas that we serve, and you think that there's families that could use the help, we'd love to talk to you about it. We would love to collaborate with you, because we really do want to serve the state. No hungry kids is our motto. I don't know if you knew that for Thanksgiving, and we're very serious about it. We're working hard to make that happen, so thank you for your help.
We'll be back next year.
All right.